Hello, Greg, Rocky Mountain Resale. How are you? I realize there's some lens flare coming from my two lights back there. Is it too much to bear? Cool. And I'll probably say this a few times. If anybody is on StreamYard and wants to join in, I can send out invites. Right now, I'm just kind of getting started. I'm in my reseller cellar, and I am trying to consolidate some of my storage bins because I need to make room for records. I will probably at least, I think, stay on for a couple hours, but not necessary to stay on for any amount of time. I'm consolidating bins from a reseller I bought out last year, whose organization system is practically non-existent. Most of the stuff is not stuff I would normally buy or sell, but I have it. It's listed. Stuff does sell. All I have to do is ship it out when somebody buys it, so might as well leave it up. Nice little fit and bud base. I don't know. Honestly, I do not know what's in most of this. Like, I go rooting through these bins sometimes. Here's another nice little vase that totally looks like something crazy lamp lady would buy. Or not. Maybe this goes to that. What kind of stuff is it? This is like, it's a mix of everything. Like, this lady, she said she was getting out of the eBay business, and then I went to go look at her store, and she had 1,000 listings up again about a month ago, so she didn't do that. It's a mix of, God, like, what would an old lady buy for resale? That kind of stuff. Like, what? And her pictures are terrible, so I'm still going through and trying to edit all that stuff. It's been nuts. But I got 2,700 listings out of it for $3,700, and it was all listed. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, 2,700 active listings, $33,000 in listed value for $3,700, and all I had to do is sign up for InkFrog for 1 month and go and migrate her listings into my store and then move her stuff to there. But it's bulky, and like, there are definitely some inventory inconsistencies, and like pretty much anything I haven't been able to fulfill has been out of one of those clear bins behind me. Like, what the hell? What? Who's? Yeah, I don't know. It's like a trivet, maybe, or a tile. I don't know. I got a bag of California raisins. All right, that can go there. Oh, it's another one of these. Look at this. I got two of them. More sewing stuff. This stuff actually has been really good. These, they're like sewing kits. These are for pillowcases, and they're like embroidery kits. They give you the patterns and you embroider onto the things. No, I don't think she was just trying to unload her crap on me. She was overwhelmed. She's one of those people who just goes out and I think buys everything. And her inventory had gotten out of control for her. And there was a lot of really good stuff. I mean, I have still like gold and silver jewelry and I mean, it was 2,700 listings to start with, and I'm down to 1,100 in 1 year. So that's, almost 60% sell through over the course of the year. And all I had to do was ship it when it sold. Although now that's not all I had to do. I'm going in and having to fix photographs and change shipping stuff. And at this point, I'm just kind of like more or less putting the stuff on constant sale, sending out offers to just get it out. So, because it's getting to the point where the space is more valuable to me than the stuff. Yeah, she posted an ad in Facebook Marketplace. Look at that. One bin. Woohoo! Yeah, so what I need to do is there's a stack of bins. I'm going to move you right here. 2 stacks of bins right here, and I need some of that space for records. And if I can clear, my goal is to remove 7 bins from this. So if I can do that, that would be rad. All right, this is now also housing 62. Oops. Yeah, I mean, if I had to do it again, even knowing all the problems I'd be running into, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. And I've got alerts on Facebook Marketplace to pop up for that. The black bins on the bottom are all hers that I have consolidated. It's been a process. Like, I've done this exact job practically like clockwork every 3 months. So this used to take that entire back section, and this entire wall of bins was all stuff that I had gotten from her. And now I'm down to like 2 and half walls. No, clear ones are her regular inventory. All the bins are her regular inventory. I don't bin my stuff. Yes, I'm going. Hi, Guitar Pedro. I am going to start publishing videos regularly. Also, going to be doing working lives fairly regularly, although probably not on a set schedule. I'll announce them in advance, but you know, my workflow goes as it goes. This is Windy Lou over here, one of my two cats. She will also be starring on this channel. Yeah, Greg, it's a lot of stuff. I've got 10,020 active listings currently. Now, given, I'll show you here, like, this is my records. Up there, that is some die-cast cars that I recently picked up. And then behind me is pretty much like the way that I store my items, and you'll probably hear me say this more than once, is like a department store. So all of my records are in one place and alphabetized. My postcards, which are here. Pretty much these four things are all postcards in sleeves. Hard top loaders. Those are pretty much alphabetized or by content and state. I make most of my money, and I would just say vintage collectibles is the category. So I do a lot in records, which is a big part. Postcards in the last 6 months have become huge for me. Vintage shaving, vintage cutlery, pocket knives, vintage tobacconiana, and yeah, video games, some. Guitar, I do both. I list things you're gonna always make your most money if you buy in bulk and list individually. But you also have to be prepared, if you're doing that items are going to be long tail. Hey, Redbeard. So if anybody here is on StreamYard or is signed up for StreamYard and wants to join in and do this video as well with me, more than happy to send you an invite and just let me know. So Rocky Mountain, the postcards thing was sort of it happened over time. I started kind of getting into them a little bit. Well, let's see. I'll kind of go backwards first. They first kind of came on my radar from the Scavenger Life podcast. They had this guy on there. He used to have a YouTube channel, Popeye's Postcards, and he talked about like real photo postcards. And I had bought some postcards before, not really knowing what I was doing, and he said, you know, you got to look for these real photo postcards. And I was like, ooh, okay, well, I'm going to start looking for those now. And I started following his channel, and then I found another channel called The Auction Professor, who has been huge for me. And I just started absorbing information from those guys, and started just buying lots of postcards from estate auctions, just sort of amassing a backlog of them. And I had so many, and I had started kind of listing over the summer, and then I bought this one album that had some amazing ones that I knew were really valuable in it. And once I started listing those and they started selling so quick for so much money, I'm like, all right, it's time to dive into my backlog and get those listed. So pretty much all of those are in the last 6 months. Yeah, Redbeard. Don, and if you're not on his Patreon, definitely worth every penny for that Patreon. He's not telling you some of the other people out there, like, here's how you build your business in 30 days and blah, blah, blah. Like, read my, order my online stupid book. And it's a lot of work. Turnover isn't amazing. Long tail, right? Yeah, there's stuff can take 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years to sell. You got to be prepared for that. Yeah, I use a duplex scanner. It's an Epson 520, I think it's called. All right, Redbeard, thanks for coming in. Oh, the return on investment for postcards? Yeah, absolutely. Once you learn what you're doing and what sells, I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm probably making, on average, between $50 and $100 daily with postcards. And I would say my average sale price is probably around $10 to $15, but there's definitely ones that sell for more money. Hey, Froggy Flips, what's going on? Thanks for coming. Froggy Phillips, I'm pretty sure you're on StreamYard. If you want to join in, I can send you an invite. And if anyone wants to look at postcards, I'd be happy to show. Man, this old lady had there's like so many. Thank you, Froggy. Yeah, I've got some plans for some really fun stuff coming up here in the new year. Guitar Pedro, yeah, so the big thing I think it'll help for me, that new UPS card shipping thing, is right now I have like a minimum of $6.95 free shipping is as low as I want to go for listing, because below that it's not worth my sleeve protector, the shipping on it, the time it takes to store it, ship it, all that stuff. But if the shipping starts only costing me 75 cents, I can just bust out like mass quantities of like $2.99 free shipping postcards that I don't have to buy, expensive storage plastic for, and don't have to spend a ton of time in the listings for. I can just be like, name the place and boom, just bust them out, be like, and just have like in every single listing, just in the title, $2.99 postcard. Look at this, Barbie sheets. So yeah, I think that the new card shipping thing is going to be really helpful. I've got a ton of Pokemon cards I'm just now starting to go through because it's one of those things that for so long I just like would pick up if they were cheap and then toss in a pile. And you know, the time has come for those to like get those listed. Like if I don't do that now, I'm probably going to miss the boat on the run on those. Kind of like, you know, video games over the summer. Like I pivoted to video games over the summer just because that was selling like crazy. So I was just flipping stuff off Facebook Marketplace onto eBay. I found a guy who is a good source, and then just yeah. But man, they're a pain in the butt. They take, you know, you've got the JFJ Easy Pro at like 3 minutes a disc for a, you know, $11 sale. Yeah, Guitar Pedro. Yeah, and the Pokemon cards I just run through the same duplex scanner I use for the postcards. So those are quick. But yeah, video games, I really, unless they're cartridge games, I kind of just stepped away. But even cartridge games take so much time to clean, test. You got to deal with returns. I don't get returns on postcards. Never had one. Pretty much for any ephemera item. Yes, second bin. Plus, there's so much competition, both on the buying and the selling side for video games. There's a lot of competition in the stuff that, you know, pretty much anything that I sell, but most of the stuff in like postcards and vintage ephemera has some degree of uniqueness to it. And you can, you know, you can list it so fast and your margins are so high, you don't care about selling it quick or beating out your competition. Or, you know, if somebody else has a lower price than you, well, let that one sell, and then you're going to be the only one out there. I have a minimum list per day, like bare minimum of 20 a day. But I average probably closer to 50. And, you know, things like stuff that I can run through the scanner, records, all those things are relatively fast. So, and yes, I get tired. I woke up this morning, did some shipping, listed 10 records, and then fell asleep. You've got another star of the channel over here. This is Buster Wiley von Laser Farts. Here he is. He is a goofy cat. I think I'm going to be doing a video here featuring just the cats for fun. Yeah, Pokemon is really hot. I listed, I think, 5-6 cards yesterday because I just don't know what I have. So it was like, all right, I'm going to grab a little pile, and if I find any value in that pile, I'm going to start listing through my Pokemon cards. And I found like one $25 card and one $10 card. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to start going through these. Oh boy. Let's see if we have any other candidates for elimination. This one's looking a little light. So is this one. So in terms of like research, it's not so much about researching. So I use WorthPoint. I pay for WorthPoint. It's worth it. What you're really looking for is like interesting content and stuff that's going to have popular keywords. So like in terms of content, when it comes to like photographs, postcards, things you like, that's always good to look for: planes, ships, trains, automobiles, sports, famous people, popular locations like Hawaii in the pre 1950 or pre statehood. California stuff does really well. Look at this. Anyone from Kansas? I'm not, but that's a nice jacket. Like rich things. Yeah, I mean, age has stuff to do with it as well. And then there's things like you just kind of learn as you go, like small towns with postcards sell better than big cities. If you can see like signs, people like that. Gas stations is a popular thing, especially visible gas pumps, those old glass ones that used to like gravity fill your tank. What else? So like one of the cards that I sold this year, you know what? I can show. I've got this thing. I think I can share my screen with you guys. Give me just a second here. I'll pull out a few of the, see if I can pull up some of the higher value ones that I sold this year. I was going to do this as a video, but whatever. We'll do it now. Love it. I'm doing it live. Okay. So this, what I'm going to show you here, if I can figure it out, is going to be like my first big sale. From Postcards. Let's see if I can do this. we're gonna share my screen. All right, so this is a going to take a while to load, I think, because the stream. I'm gonna things queued up for you, and then Pedro, yeah, the my storage is my basement. I call it my reseller cellar because everyone needs a clever thing to call their storage area. Except for Lonnie, who just calls it a shed. Why is this taking so long? Come on. I'm trying to just pull up just a few cards here to show you some of the good ones I did this year. This is not everything, but give you kind of an idea of content. All right, so we're gonna share screen. We're gonna do a Chrome tab. All right, let's do application window. And we'll just do the whole screen. All right, let's see if this works. Okay. So this is could you just let me know in the chat if you can see that image when I pop it onto the screen? Pedro? Whoa. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay. So it's rendering a lot. Yeah, I think it's the I'm trying to pull this from Worth Point. It's really slowing down everything, so I'm going to stop. African Americans intent that works well, and yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff. Let me see if I can pull something that I have right now. That might be better. So like animals tend to do pretty well. So like, farming scenes like this, bunch of cows getting ready, probably go to the slaughterhouse. We got a deer that looks like Bambi. Some donkeys. Little kid on his horse. This is a whale that was killed off of in 1929 off of California. Here's a guy with some horses. Cougars, dead cougars. This one is from somebody who had to put down his horse. This is killed July 16th, 1916. Cool Western sort of cowboy scene, and they have the notes written on there. Took me a minute to figure out what that was, but that's another dead whale. These are all RPPC, correct. RPPC are definitely like, if you can get into them, they're great. This entire box is, I bought these over the summer. An entire collection of county courthouses from around the country. And the way I've been doing these is I've just pretty much been putting them all up for like between $35 and $55 make offer. And I probably sold 10 or 15 at full price. So yeah, and these are all real photo postcards of county courthouses in small towns across America. So they've been like, I don't know, I paid $600 for the whole collection, and I probably doubled my money at this point. And then, in terms of like inventory value, this box is probably $6,000 or $7,000. I won't get all of that out of it. Yes, I get a lot of low offers, and sometimes I'll take them or I'll counter. But on something like this, where I have all my money back, if it's something newly listed, I'll either counter or decline. If it's 3, 6, 9 months old, I'll probably be inclined to take a lower offer. But by that point, I usually have any money that I have into it completely out of it. What is this even? It's like some armor for a action figure or something. Man. When you do a lot of stuff that's make offer, you just have to know that lowballers are going to be a part of the game, and just understand that people are always going to try to get something cheap, and I don't blame them. I do the same thing. I am fully guilty of sending lowball offers to sellers on eBay. Sometimes you're just trying to get a starting point for negotiation. There are the times I don't find inventory is it's usually in one of these bins from the lady that I bought out. The rest of my stuff is pretty well organized. All of my records are together. All of my like glassware is together. All of my maps are together. All of my postcards are together. The postcards are all alphabetized. They're all categorized by content. My real photos are separate from my other postcards. So usually it doesn't take me very long at all to find anything, except when it's in one of these bins that I'm working on here. Especially, she was cross-selling on Etsy and Mercari and Etsy, Mercari, and I think Poshmark maybe. And there's definitely items that when she sold on one of those other platforms, she did not take down off of eBay. So I ended up with a bunch of listings for items that didn't exist in the inventory that I bought. That's happening less often now, though. Fake Hummel. Silver plate silverware, come on. Yeah, there's stuff like spilled out in this bin. There's a bag with just something random in it. Yeah, I mean, there's you start low to get somewhere in the middle, or every now and then you fire off a lowball offer and you get lucky. It happens. 38. Why is this in here? This is neither of these numbers. 24. Oh, that is 38. Okay. Do I sell china or glass? I do sell some china and glass. And some of it's in the stuff that I got from this lady, and I'll show you how I handle it. I try to avoid it mainly because it's bulky and it can take a long time to sell. So it's not something I want to focus on. But here's what I do for my china and glass. I just have a bin, and I bubble wrap it ahead of time before it goes in the bin. And it only goes in the bin with other plastic and glass. So I can just have it all in the bin like this. It doesn't run the risk of getting damaged because it's only in there with other glass and stuff. Nothing metal or wood or anything else that's going to smash into it, break it. It's not going to get chipped. It's covered. I label it on the outside, and then it just goes in a bin until it sells. But I have definitely sold some nice and high value glassware and ceramics, and yeah, there's some good channels out there for educating yourself on it, but it's not a fast selling thing by any means. Like, I mean, that's nice, but man, this thing could take 5 years to sell. And again, this is part of her inventory system, so whatever. Nurse Flipper does sell a lot. I do a fair amount, but again, I'm to the point now where I look at things in terms of like how much money am I going to be able to get for this one thing, and how much space does that take up, right? Like, am I going to go spend $1 on something I can sell for 30, and it is going to take up, this much space? Or can I spend that same dollar on something that's going to sell for 30, that's going to take up that much space? I do like ephemera, but I'm not strictly ephemera. I do a lot of patches, pins, vintage jewelry, records. I really like media. I was a DJ I'm still a DJ, but for 20 years. And so, records and music is something that came really natural and is a lot of fun for me. I really like going through old record collections, and that sells really well for me on eBay. And if you like treasure hunts and being able to, find something that is going to sell for a ton of money in a pile of stuff that looks like it might be worthless, paper and ephemera is a good place to go. I've sold many, many, many different pieces of ephemera for $200, $300, $400. I sold earlier this year a first-class ticket from the White Star Line, the SS Olympic, which was the same ship line as the Titanic was. White Star Line, anything is valuable. I've got 2 little menus and a ticket for $2 out of an antique mall in Idaho. So this little packet had a $2 price tag. It had 4 things in it, and it was 2 menus, a Christmas card, and a ticket. The Christmas card sold for like $250. The ticket sold for, I think, $275, and the 2 menus sold for $200 a piece. So that was $2 into almost $1,000. And there's not a lot of categories where you can do that easily and regularly. And I have done that maybe 10 times this year, where I've had ephemera pieces that I got for nearly nothing that sold for hundreds. And I have a back stock that I am just beginning to go through. It's a numbers game, Pedro, right? For every postcard that I have listed, I have 5 that aren't worth my time. Because I'm buying in bulk, right? But when my cost per card is somewhere around the like 20 to 50 cent range, sometimes even less than that, I'm willing to miss more times than I hit. Where do I source normally? This year has been practically all online. I do estate auctions for the most part. For most of the postcards, estate auctions, I find them on HiBid. I've found Shop Goodwill. I've done Max Sold. One that most resellers won't talk about, and since there's only one person here, I'll let you in on this. Caring Transitions is, I think, the best estate auction company out there, and practically every franchise will ship. You may pay a little bit more, but the quality of items that come across are way better than most. And Caring Transitions, there's franchises pretty much every state, I think, at this point. They've grown a huge amount this year. I have never heard another reselling channel talk about them, and I'm really surprised about it. But Caring Transitions for vintage and antiques, estate items, I've done very, very well with over the years. Yeah, I mean, Shop Goodwill's been doing well for me. I did that. I don't know if you saw the that belt buckle lot that I did the unboxing for a couple of videos back. I pretty much made all my money back already. That was like less than a week ago, and I haven't even listed half of that box yet. So I think one of the big things to keep in mind if you're buying off Shop Goodwill is try to buy in as much bulk as you can for the best price that you can, and then you're going to end up with stuff that goes back to Goodwill, but whatever. You know, earlier in my reseller career, I was sort of always wanted to try to like extract every last penny of value that I could. And at this point, I'd rather focus more on stuff that's easy to list, easy to ship, and that I can just process through and get the good stuff out and move the stuff that's not worth it. Move it on or send it back or whatever. I do. You asked earlier if I do a lot of lots. I do, but it's always the stuff that's been cherry picked. Look at this! I'm making some room. All right, these two number 56 bins. I started when I first got these, there was 3 number 56 bins. Now I'm down to 2. That's very exciting. Now I'm going to be down to 1. How much time? I am full-time. But for the entirety, I went full-time on the 3rd of this year. I was laid off from my job. The company that I worked for was acquired. Like, I had started reselling on the side, like with my ex-partner of mine. Like 3 years ago, we started a store together, or 4 years ago. Then we broke up, and you know, we're still friends and all that. And in fact, I still store the remainder of that store here and ship for her. Since she doesn't have a space to do that, like I said, we're on good terms. So anyways, after we broke up, for the first year after that, I focused on my full-time job, but I was also building my eBay store on the side. And I was basically working 40-hour job and then 40-hour eBay. Like, literally from the minute I checked out until I'd pass out, I was listing. So for a year time, that was all I did. And I had And then towards the end of the year, I knew that I wasn't going to be at that company for a while. I had sort of checked out. We had been acquired by another company. That new company I was not a big fan of. So that's when I made the purchase of these bins, which was like, what I was trying to do is like build up enough inventory so I wouldn't have to spend money in the beginning of this part of the beginning part of this year. Which at the end of the day turned out to be exactly the right move just by sheer stupid luck, right? Because the pandemic hit 2 months after I left my job. And it turns out that I was in the right place at the right time, having a eBay store where I could ship stuff from my home after Amazon shut down their warehouses and all that. And I was sitting on a pile of inventory, so I didn't have to go source. I had all the stuff that I had bought from that lady that I had just picked up in November. So I had, close to 4,000 active listings when I went full time. I think it was 3,600 at the beginning of this year. And then the pandemic hit, and I've been sourcing this year pretty much all online. I went to one estate sale, which ended up being amazing, but it was only like 6 blocks from my house. Haven't really seen any garage sales. Oh, I did go to some estate sales when I was down in California. So look at this, an hour in, and I've already removed 3 bins. That's productive. The goal was 7 bins, I think. So, yeah. Right now, how many hours a week do I resell or do I work? I probably work 60 plus hours a week on average. Hey, Gateway Pickers, how you doing? Yeah, I grind. But you know what? I enjoy it. I've always had a work ethic that pairs with my ADHD a little bit as well. But I it's very project based. I'll see sort of like, all right, I want to get this project to this point, and then it's like horse blinders on, and I go for that. So, at one point I decided I was going to get through my entire backlog of postcards, and then I was like, all right, let's go. Or getting to that 10,000 listing mark. That was very singularly focused, goal-oriented milestone, which is, I think, very important in doing this. You have to know what that next plateau is you're trying to get to. So, yeah, but I enjoy it. So I have no problem working 60 hours a week, working holidays and weekends. It's fun. Gateway Pickers, is that Bay Area? Yeah, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm really hoping I can get this vaccine and head out to the Midwest this year. I really want to go picking out there. I want to hit Missouri, Ohio, Illinois, Kansas. I'm going to try to maybe do that around like I'm thinking of driving out to the reseller rally and then picking out there and then picking my way back. You like and to top it off, you don't even have to leave your house. Pedro, I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, I do like to have, I think I understand the question. I like to have enough here so that I can wake up in the morning and start listing, and I don't have to worry about constantly sourcing. I like to buy in bulk and always have plenty around to list. And I do. I got plenty. I got more than I can deal with. I'm thinking of bulk just doing a Facebook marketplace deal for all of my like back stock of video games, because I don't think that I am going to ever get to the point where I want to clean, test, and list all that stuff. Hi, Wendy, you want to say hello? You want to say hello? Nope. Okay. That's Wendy Lou. Oh yeah, I work from home, so it's great. I don't have to go anywhere. There will be a point where I have to, like, space is finite. There's going to be a point where I have to get more of it. I do have a garage that is not in the best of condition, but could be revamped into a much better situation, which would be the next place I would probably move stuff out. But really, I think for what will have to happen at some point this year is I'm going to have to get some help. So before expanding, I am going to probably have to get somebody to delegate certain tasks to. And that may even just be being like hiring a house cleaner. Because that's one of the things that I am not great at keeping up with. My house gets just like destroyed, and I only like get to the point every like 2 or 3 months of like, holy crap, what have I done here? I need to clean my house. All right. Excuse me, Wendy. Pew. Okay. Looking for some more consolidation candidates. This one might be a good one. Oh, that one right there. There we go. 55. Time to go. Oh yeah, I've got 2 shipping and receiving cats. They Buster Wiley von Laserfarts and Windy Lou Edelflower. This one. Say hi. Nope, not into it. Yeah, you're going to be seeing plenty of them if you subscribe to this channel, because they've got quite a bit of personality. They definitely have as much or more personality than those cats over at Tucker and Sammy's. Not that those cats aren't adorable. All right, here we go. A cat and 3 dogs. Wow. Yeah, I have no dogs, just the cats. I'm definitely a cat person. All right, question for any of the people in the chat. There was another reseller today. I don't want to call out names. But they did a 6-hour working live. It may very well still be going on. I'll say that the big live was let's say Hirsute Twister and another guy who likes to say, "Let's go." What? I'm busy. Yes, that guy. Was anyone on that chat earlier today? All right. So I had to kind of stop watching. And here's why. And this is just my opinion. You guys can, hey, that's not for you. Disagree with me, but he was telling Mr. Bing, like, basically, hey dude, go full-time guy, you're gonna do great. You'll have 1,000 subscribers in less than 6 months, and the best way to do it is just dive in and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I was on Mr. Bing's working Hangout on Monday night. The guy listed 6 things in 3 hours, and his total store is like 160 listings. And so he's talking everywhere. He was on Primetime Treasure Hunters show. He was on the Hirsute Cyclones channel today, and just getting fed this like, yeah, dude, you should go full time. Go full time. I'm like, you don't tell him that. This guy is, if he goes full time, anytime between now and like the next 6 months, he is going to crash and burn. He is in no way prepared to go full time. I don't know. That's my thought. Anybody else? He does sell on Amazon, but he's not putting in the work. In my opinion. Yeah, the mailman. No, I don't think he should leave UPS either. And I don't think that people should be encouraging him to leave UPS. I think that he should be encouraged to work towards that point. but he is nowhere near that point right now. Like you don't leave your full-time job with 160 active listings. That's insane. I think that like the hirsute cyclone definitely is more, in my opinion, and I think some of the opinions of other people, more of a YouTuber than a reseller, which is crazy that he has a 80,000 person subscriber base doing YouTube, which is great. Like that's awesome, right? Like I think it's super cool that he's been able to build that up in the past year. Like I started watching him pretty early on, and it's been neat seeing that journey. But when you've got 500 people in your chat on a live and you're encouraging somebody who's got a full-time job with benefits and all of that to just pull the plug and go full-time with something that you're have only the most thinnest amount of success in, then that's dangerous, right? That is dangerous stuff to be communicating out to not just the person on the other end of the line, but also your 500 person or 80,000 person audience. This isn't for everybody. Either you have to have a level of tolerance and a high threshold for pain, as it were, to be able to do this successfully. And I think people can be enamored by the glitz and glam of it all, but you don't push somebody over the edge without a parachute. And that's what I was seeing today. Yeah, Cincinnati Picker is pretty transparent. You know who else is and is super honest about what he's doing? Is Shed Flips, Lonnie. Right? He's not sugarcoating it. If you see him on his channel and you see him on or you listen to the podcast, he's like, I am overworked and overwhelmed. He's like, what the amount of stuff that he packs into a day is crazy. But do you see him, going off and telling people, yeah, you should do this? Yeah, Lonnie and Josh are kind of the gateway drug for a lot of people. Who was the first for me? I think Lonnie was the first one that I started watching regularly. Crazy Lamp Lady I watched pretty early on for me. Auction Professor, definitely another one. Oh, this is really nice, except that it's broken. I can probably glue that back on there. All right. Yeah, and you know that whole thing with Lonnie and on Tommy's show was I mean kind of a thrill for me just because I'm such a huge fan. Oh, thanks, Pedro. Such a huge fan of Lonnie's. Like I wouldn't be where I'm at if I hadn't been watching his channel. Like it was through that I was like, okay, this is something that can be done, you know, and to see that it's also like the work of it. RBA Flips was pretty early for me. Commonwealth Picker came later. I really like his show. I really like how Commonwealth Picker sells. He's really creative about it. He loves the hunt of garage sales and finding little nooks of value. The whole like when in doubt, parted out thing is great. Really though, for me, the number one thing that got me into this is a podcast called The Scavenger Life. And Pedro, if you listen to this podcast, go sign up for Scavenger Life. They're everywhere. They're even on YouTube. They post all of their podcasts on YouTube as well. Scavenger Life was like my aha moment. They're a little dry. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but they are super duper honest, super duper transparent. Hey, Tommy. Okay, Pedro, have fun at 2115. Happy New Year, Pedro. Pedro, you asked a lot of really good questions, Pedro. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you learned something. Sweet. Another bin bites the dust. I might be able to put some more records in. This is exciting. Yeah, so the hope is to get a full-on desktop down here with a couple of panel screens and be able to do some more podcasting in here and more. The acoustics in here are really good. It's a really kind of dead sound. There's no echo, so definitely want to kind of get this all IT'd up down here. And I don't think I've had any streaming issues on this, so it seems like this is probably a good place to kind of get set up. So Gateway Picker, This is all the bins that I'm kind of consolidating are from a buy. I bought out somebody's eBay store a long time ago, and so all of our bins are numbered with a SKU system. So basically all I'm doing is taking the bins, combining them. Like there's no other organization besides that. She just like there's glassware in with clothing and like just the most random crap. So all I'm doing is taking one bin and combining it with another and then putting the bin number that the two bin numbers on there that they're from. So I don't know if you can see back that one right there. That is 3 bins at 16, 17, and 18. But I'm not worrying about anything sequential or anything like that. It's totally just, where is there room and how can I make less bins? Because I don't like bins as an organization system. In general, it's a lot of taking stuff out and putting stuff in, and I'd rather be able to see everything for the most part. The rest of my inventory that's not the stuff that I bought out is, very much here. I'll just kind of turn the camera and show. I keep everything together. This is all my patches. This is all pinback buttons, vintage small tools, all of my drafting and rulers, which is another thing I love to sell. I got all of my wrenches together, wallets, things like that, right? Vintage scissors, I sell the hell out of those things. Vintage kitchen utensils, glasses, sunglasses. So I don't keep like a inventory system, but I buy and sell in specific categories that, I start small and start learning that category. And then once I feel comfortable in it, I'll start building my inventory on that. So that little drawer might grow to something much larger over time. Like my postcard rack directly behind me. That used to be 2 boxes earlier this year. But as I got more comfortable and learned in that category, I expanded it quickly. So it takes me almost no time to find anything unless it's in one of these stupid bins, which I hate. I call them the Rita bins because that was the name of the lady that I bought them from. So, and I actually put up a section in my eBay store. It's called Rita's Corner. And it's basically just all the stuff that I picked up from that buy. And that way I can just put that whole section on sale and try to blow it out. So Tommy, you love process. There it is. No inventory system to speak of. All just put stuff together. And even then it's not a perfect thing, but I don't spend a lot of time looking for stuff. Oh my gosh, I think this is going to happen. I think I made room for records. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Sweet. And I've got a whole spot to spare. That is freaking awesome. What am I going to do with that? That goes up there. This was the goal. That shelf, I can now expand my completely full record inventory into that. Woohoo! All right, time to move on to phase 2. What was this? Uh-oh. Phase 2 is the creation of more shelving. Feel free to use this reseller hack. I use this reseller hack to make more space out of no space. All right, so here's what's happening. I've got this spot right here. That's going to move, but I want this little row of shelves to go in that spot. And what we're going to do let you guys get a peep at my epic rug first. Yeah, majestic elk. Zip ties and crates. The nice thing, the reason why I like doing this, the reason why I like this zip tie and crate thing, is it's super easy to take apart, move. It's very modular. You can make it bigger or smaller very easily. It allows you to see everything. So and it's got a very small footprint. So if I want to take it apart, it's literally a pair of scissors and 3 minutes of time, and I'm done. And then I can repurpose them for other things. Also, when you're buying at estate sales and garage sales, you run across these things all the time. And usually they're being given away. These things are often left on the street for free. Like, they are practically no money, or actually no money. for storage, which I like. I like them. Also, you can contour around corners, edges. It's just super easy. And it's low commitment, right? It's not like I have to spend 3 hours putting together like a kit from Walmart or whatever that then will like take 3 hours to take apart. Nope. It's lightweight, relatively durable. Something you can find easily, reusable and repurposable. All right. Getting there. I know this is absolutely riveting content for the 3 of you watching. Thanks. All right. Let's see if I can find a record that is obscure enough to not get a copyright claim. I bet you I can do it. Nope, none of those are it. I've got the Many Voices of Peter Ustinov. It's a British record. Probably doesn't have the same copyright stuff as the US. It's BBC Records. But it appears to be spoken word. Nope. Here we go. We've got The Wakely Way Country Hits with Johnny and Linda Lee and their famous dad, Jimmy Wakely. This looks like it's fairly obscure. I don't think I've ever listened to this record. Let's see what's on it. I'm pretty sure it's safe from copyright claim. We're going to roll the dice here.
Easy loving, so sexy looking.
I've never heard this record.
By the feeling that it comes from the heart. Easy loving.
This is that, like,
every day's Thanksgiving.
Very much 70s country vibe.
You count all my blessings.
That, like,
I wouldn't know where to start.
Don Williams.
Every time I look you over, so real to life it seems. Up on your pretty shoulders, there's a pair of angel wings.
But it's terrible.
Seeing's believing. Life with you's like living in a beautiful dream. Every time I look you over, so real to life it seems. Up on your pretty shoulders, there's a pair of angel wings. Easy loving, seeing's believing. Life with you's like living.
Oh, this is terrible, you guys. I can't. All right. Jimmy Wakely, come get your money. That was not good. But, you know, somebody out there is going to eventually want an autographed copy of that record. What else do I got that's obscure? Here we go. Jump Street Records. It's probably BMI on here somewhere. Herbie Pump Powers. I don't know. We might get lucky. Let's see. Come get your money. Jump Street. if you guys see the thing stop, you know what happened. Nope. Yeah, check out that 808. Who's all still in here? I see there's 4 of you. Let's do a roll call. Wow, this is terrible too. Oh, that's cool. That's how you do that. Sweet. This song sounds like it came out like right after the 808 came out and everyone discovered drum machines. The vocal on this is terrible, but the beat might actually be good. Let's see if we've got instrumental. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right. The vocal on that track was absolutely terrible. But that beat is like full on cardboard classic 1980s B-boy breaker. Another reason I like this method of shelving is it's just, I know I probably said it before, it's just so fast. I mean, this maybe took all of like 10, 15 minutes. And I just created 15 cubic feet in here. In this like little nook of a corner. Hi, Buster. Come here. This is the other cat. You guys have seen Windy Lou already. This one's Buster Wiley Bun Laser Farts. He is a monster. Don't let him fool you. He fetches. Let me see if I've got any other obscure copyright-free music that I can put on while we finish out this project. All right. I don't think I have a 45 adapter down here. So we'll just have to eyeball it. That looks pretty good. Hickey Lumita. No idea.
Oh, I sing my song, and I made the snow come down, and I did my dance. Now I'm gonna lose my pants if I don't make it stop. Look out, here comes a snowball, fill the drops. Hickey Loomda, go away. That's all I heard him say. I didn't expect this lot.
So this is
right to my
Inuit
and I
folk singer.
Things really got out of hand. And they're throwing beer cans, and they swear, and they say, Hickey Loomda, go away, Hickey Loomda, go away. So I really overdid it, and I can't make it stop. Look out, here comes another snowball, really filled with big rocks. Hickey Loomda, go away, Hickey Loomda, go away. I do
This is kind of awesome.
If the roof on my shack went sagging. Next time my dance won't be free, there'll be a $2 fee. They won't hire me for nothing. It ain't working all the kicking and punching. Hickey Loomda, go away. Hickey Loomda, go away. Hickey Loomda, go away. Go away. Go away. Go away.
All right, anyone sticking around here? 1 to 10. What do you think of Heikki Lunta? Supposedly there's 5 of you here. Although it's a good possibility you're all bots. This is the Heikki Lunta Snow Dance song.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the original Heikki Lunta Snow Dance song. Now I'll sing my song to make the snow come down.
It's the same song.
And I'll do my snow dance. Oops, almost lost my pants. That's all holler and yell and really give it. It's Heikki Snow Dance song, Heikki Snow Dance song. We gotta have some snow by the 4th of December.
Someone paid you.
Heikki Lunta, make it snow, say all the Rage Club members. The races are only 3 weeks away, and if I don't make it snow, I'll go back to making hay. It's Heikki Lunta Snow Dance song, Heikki Lunta Snow Dance song. Snow. Now I'll dance some more, and I'll really know the score. How to make it snow. Come on, man, go, go, go. Don't even slow down till the snow starts falling down. It's Heikki Lunta Snow Dance song, Heikki Lunta Snow Dance song.
Somebody at some point heard that song, or maybe Heikki Lunta was like, you know what? I really think that we should, put out this record. The Snow Dance song, I really think, is going to catch on. And people are going to really want to pay their good, hard-earned money for it. And then flash forward to 50 years later. Matt finds it in a random record pile and is like, yeah, there's none of these up on eBay. I should put it up without listening to it.
Hay bullicio por doquier, festejando a sus mamás, que dicha de tener a quien conmemorar. Con mi llanto regaré el clavel que sembraré, que en tu tumba dejaré y tu rosario rezaré. Distinción con los demás en mi vida llevaré.
I'm playing some, basically just playing copyright roulette. Trying to find the most obscure stuff that won't get me in trouble. And since I'm sitting here by myself in silence, that's just give you something else to listen to. That's not just me yapping.
Cada día que veo pasar la soledad me hace llorar. Madrecita, ¿dónde estás? Para poderte acariciar. El Creador te recogió y de mi lado te llevó. Mi esperanza terminó y solo quedé yo. Lo que en vida hiciste tú, nuestro Dios perdonará y me protegerá y de su mano me tendrá.
All right. Let's see what's on side B. That was not so bad. This is Los Relampongos out of McAllen, Texas.
Qué mala suerte me ha tocado con tu amor. Nunca has querido comprender a mi cariño y por tu culpa yo he sufrido tanto, tanto. Pero te quiero y te adoro desde niño. Entre más sufro por tu culpa, más te quiero. Porque el desprecio me ha servido para quererte. Y si el destino va a cambiarte de como eres, voy a extrañarte que te la mala suerte. Qué mala suerte me ha tocado con tu amor. Tal vez por eso yo te quiero tanto, tanto. Sigue conmigo, pero sigue como eres. Y mala suerte y tu amor siempre lo aguanto. Entre más sufro por tu culpa, más te quiero. Porque el desprecio me ha servido para quererte. Y si el destino va a cambiarte de como eres, voy a extrañarte que te la mala suerte. Qué mala suerte me ha tocado con tu amor. Tal vez por eso yo te quiero tanto, tanto. Sigue conmigo, pero sigue como eres. Y mala suerte y tu amor siempre lo aguanto.
All right. So one, for those of you watching, just so we can say we all learned something here, besides how to make janky plastic milk crate shelving units. Here is a bolo for you. This is a Sony LC90 FECR Type 2 blank media. These are, anytime I can find obscure format blank media, that stuff is almost always a gold mine. It's practically always going to be a long tail, but I found a whole case of it. And this has been selling off for roughly 50 to 60 bucks per tape. Easy to sell, no returns, new old stock. But even if they weren't new old stock, I would probably want to pick those up anyways. In any case, now that I've got this nifty new shelving, I've got a place for my blank media, which is something I have wanted for quite some time. And while I do that, let's see if we can find some other obscure music that won't come after me for copyright that also annoys Tommy. All right. Nope. Nope. Canadian Sunset. Oh, nope. Says BMI on that one. Capital. Nope. Epic. Nope. Nope. None of those are going to do it. All right, here we go. Jubilee Records. This is the 4 tunes. Do not appear to have taken the time to go to BMI back in whatever year. This is, I understand just how you feel.
I understand just how you feel. You said with me, what can I do? It's over now, but it was good. I understand. If you ever change your mind, come back to me, and you will find me waiting there at your command. I understand. I miss you so. Please
This is almost kind of doo-woppy, but also a little bit South Pacific feel. But that was kind of all the craze way back when everyone had to do a Hawaiian album. It's kind of like country Hawaiian fusion was a thing for a while.
And we will know this time it's real. We'll understand. I understand just how you feel. You said we're through. What can I do? It's over now, but it was grand. I understand. If you ever change your mind, come back to me, and you will find me waiting there at your command. I understand. I miss you so. Please believe me when I tell you. I just can't stand to see you go. You know, understand how I feel. Love for me, why not reveal? And we will know this time is right. We will understand.
All right, looks like the 4 tunes aren't running to come get their money, or any of their descendants, or their former record company.
Sugar lump, you're my sugar. You grow sweeter and sweeter every day. Sugar lump, you're my sugar lump. You grow sweeter and sweeter in every way. You got lips like candy, eyes that shine.
Gonna do a little cleanup.
You look dandy, and the top it off you are mine.
Fill my sugar up. But I'm afraid that someday you will melt away. But until that day, you'll never get away. Sugar lump, sugar lump, sugar lump, sugar, my sugar lump, sugar lump, sugar grows sweeter and sweeter every day. Sugar lump, my sugar lump, grows sweeter and sweeter in every way. Yes, you got lips like candy. Ooh, I betcha you sweet wine, you resemble me. And the top it off, you are mine. Sugar lump, you're my sugar lump. But I'm afraid that someday you will melt away. But until that day, you'll never get away. Sugar lover, sugar lover, you're my sweet pie, sweet blue pie, baby. You're my sugar lover.
All right, what's this? Golden Crest. All right. Oh, it does have BMI. This might be the riskiest one. This might be the one that gets us shut down. Maybe we shouldn't go there. I do. Let's see here. This one, I am pretty sure, is safe. And I've actually not played this one, and I've been just kind of curious more recently as I've been going through all my collection what this is. This is called it's the Gardeners. The song is called The Violets, and side B is called The Roses. Definitely from the more obscure end of the spectrum. That's why Crosleys are junk. Somebody had that my Crosley that I have down here for records listed with like 10 albums as a throw-in, and one of the albums was first print of Nirvana Unplugged, and I'm like, I don't care about that record player. Like, I want it was I think $30 for everything, and I'm like, I want that freaking record. That's like $100 record. So I bought the lot. There were some other good records in there too. Sold the Unplugged very quickly, and now I've got a crappy record player to use in my basement. I've got this other pile of bins over here. I don't know if you can see it. This pile of black bins that blocks my door. It's kind of a part of my intricate series of security and booby traps. I really want it to go away, though. I'd like to put some more shelving there. I don't know if I have anywhere to put it yet. Look. Say hello to the people. Buster Wiley. Here you go. Stupid Crosley, ending music before the record is done. How annoying. Okay, y'all. I think my mission for today is accomplished. I built some shelving, which is always good. Check out the glory of that milk crate and zip tie shelf. I cleared a whole new area for more records, which is good because I was running out of space. And I think that I maybe just need to think on a plan to make that stack of black bins go. Also, I don't have shelving to put in its place, but I feel like I've paved the way for that to happen. I do want to keep this wide bin. This is perfect for putting records in. Inventory. And probably what I can do is start moving some of this over before we end the stream. Let's see if we got any more copyright-free music here in the record collection. I've got definitely like some very weird 45s. This is a Russian copy of or cover of the theme to Dr. Zhivago by Ivan Rebrov, autographed. I found this in Port Angeles, Washington, which is like way up the peninsula. Like, how did this get there? Like, it's such a weird. How did that record get to that place? And I bought it like in a thrift store. Here we go. Yeah. How appropriate. You all wanted to come here for bolos? Well, here you go. Bolo Records. This is actually a local band called it's the Young Men. They did music for a festival here called Seafair for many years. And there's a song on here. I think Husky Fever is on here. Maybe not. It was a, yeah, there's a couple of, they're like a parody band. But I bet you, oh, it's got BMI on there. But I'm pretty sure that the Seafair men, or the Young Men, are not going to come after me. We'll see, though. I wonder who owns this copyright. I guess we'll find out.
Walking along, singing this song by the fingers, by my side, just by my side, smiling all day, through all my cares away.
Very doo-woppy.
Sunshine down on me, skies always blue. Please turn green again, spring on it through. Smiling all day, through all my cares away. My happiness by my side, just by my side, by my side, walking along, singing this song, my happiness by my side, just by my side, by my side.
Yeah, that's some lame ass doo-wop there by the Young Men. Walking along. I don't think I need to hear the other side of that. I don't think any of you want to hear the other side of that. This is a band called the Donuts. Pretty sure none of this, there's no copyrights or anything even on this record. But it's cool. It's pink. And I've got some, it came with stickers. And more stickers. And I think I got their business card. Nope, just more stickers. But let's hear the Donuts. And I believe this is like that 1990s new wave of rockabilly, or early 2000s new wave of rockabilly. But I guess we'll find out. What's going on, 3Gen Hustle?
22, he's got a 44, a big shotgun and a whole lot more. He's a straight shooting daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Straight shooting daddy, straight shooting daddy. He's got charm with a firearm, fun, straight shooting daddy. We go into the woods, set up some cans, shoot them all down, and we do it again. He's a straight shooting daddy, straight shooting daddy, straight shooting daddy.
3Gen, thanks for joining. This is me reorganizing my basement and answering questions if there are any. We're also diving deep into see what kind of obscure music I can find and put on the record player that nobody bothered to copyright, or nobody bothered to submit to BMI. So far, so good. All right. Donuts, you don't suck. Except your name. Your name is kind of lame. Gotta admit. Seriously, you named yourself off of tiny donuts made by Hostess?
Hey, little Boy Scout, what you wanna do? Hey, little Boy Scout, ain't it time for you to earn a new badge? Well, something new, time to up and nice boy, do what you do. I met him as a Cub Scout, he was a wee below, now he's a Boy Scout, and he's hot to go. He can try fly, fill me up with pride, he's got pretty badges and he never lies. Boy wears a tan shirt and a red tie, last me his own shirt, with much in the sky, more in his trunk, stand to your way, yeah, like you're on, gonna make my knees swing. Hey, little Boy Scout, what you wanna do? Hey, little Boy Scout, ain't it time for you to earn a new badge? Well, something new, time me up a nice boy, do what you do, go! Baby ain't no chance to put, he's an Eagle Scout, we hold up in his foot chest. He makes me scream and shout, he's always prepared, he can growl like a bear, and I love the way my fingers feel in his hair. Oh, my Scout is kind of crazy.
Berserker, where are you out of?
Oh, he's OP. But best of all,
I'm doing that thing old people do on on cell phones. yelling as if you can't hear me just fine. All right. It's 2:30 for me, so I can't start drinking yet. because I will never make it to midnight. But I agree. Soon time to start partying. What time are the Australians starting? Or how? Better question, so I don't have to calculate time differences. How long from now are the Aussies starting, or are they already started? Yeah, Michigan is more or less the same as Minnesota in that regard. I'm in Washington State. I will say that things work a little different here. I haven't been inside of a bar or restaurant in since the lockdown happened. And you know what? I am fiending for like a good, fresh, like well-made salad. Like one that's not just like iceberg lettuce and ranch dressing. Like something with like good, fresh, like frisee lettuce or what's that, like cigar shaped lettuce? Some goat cheese in there, maybe walnuts, like some berries and like some other like weird thing I've never heard of. Where I live, most of the restaurants are like deep fried American food, which is all well and good, but man, like I want a goddamn fancy salad. Hey, Philly Picker. I'm just lamenting lockdown and my inability to get a decent salad for the last year. And also playing copyright claim roulette with obscure 45s that I have listed on eBay. So far, it appears that we've managed to not get shut down. So next, I'm trying to find our next candidate. We've definitely had some misses. Here we go. Santiago Records. Never heard of it. The band is called 1 Mile Ahead. We'll be hearing 2 songs. There Ain't No Use in Crying. Yeah, Berserker. That's kind of my thought as well. And then Contribution. This is produced. It looks like produced by the artist. So we're probably in the clear on this. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. Like none of this stuff most of it I've never even listened to, so it's interesting.
You say you need a contribution. Well, let me give you.
Oh yeah, this is definitely like 60s.
So that you
60s protest rock.
When it's a contribution, a gift right from the heart. Yes, it's a contribution to help you get a brand new start. You've got to work and to know your brother. Come together and help one another. The world is changing fast. You've got to work so that you might last. You need a contribution. A gift right from the heart. Yes, it's a contribution to help you get a brand new start.
I like that little guitar riffy thing.
You say you need a contribution. Well, let me give. You say you need a contribution so that you might live. Well, it's a contribution of getting right from the heart. Yes, it's a contribution to help you do that.
Wow, that's interesting.
You got to if you want to.
It probably has to do with the fact that, like, the people who were making the music in the 60s and didn't bother to go through, like, music publishing, because a lot of people just self-published. Like, most of them are dead or dying. You know, there might only be 400 or 500 copies of some of this stuff out there. I hate. That's the problem with Crosley record players. Never buy one new. They don't know when to end a song. So hey y'all, I just need to run to the restroom. I'll be right back. This is sounds like they lifted that chorus from I'm a man, don't tell me so. Berserker, I am with you, man. Berserker, there is a channel on YouTube. They're called Kaleidoscope. It's Collide-O-Scope. They're a local duo from Seattle that do these mashups of found video, and go check out their channel. It is amazing. They do live sometimes. They're also on Facebook, and they do like live premieres on Facebook. And their stuff is so cool. Highly recommend it. So we're gonna show off my cat for a second. Buster, this is his favorite poop ball. He's brought it to me for one reason. Thank you. This cat fetches. Didn't teach him. He just started doing it one day. It's gold. Hey. Hey. Come here. He will definitely outlast me on this project, though. One more time, you want to show the people? Buster Wiley Von Laser Farts, the amazing fetching cat. All right, let's see if we can find some other obscure 45 that here we go. Oh no, that's got ASCAP. That's no good. Columbia. Here we go. Billy Miles. That's what they call me. The Joker. That's what they call me, is the name of the song.
The Joker is what they call me. My friends say I've never seen so gay. But if they only knew how much I cried for you, now laughter would surely fade away. The Joker is always laughing, as though he
Very good.
is the gayest guy.
Very good.
He plays her when part, while memories precious heart. Yet he goes.
So the last time I saw this ball today, it was on the 3rd floor of my house.
I try so hard to pretend, dear, that losing you meant nothing to.
So we're gonna stop the current project for a second and do a little unboxing. This just came today. I had this made up. It is it's not for me. It's going to be sent off to another reseller who's holding a contest.
But somewhere deep inside, beneath his face disguise, the Joker is crying over
And
you.
I think it's going to. Oh yeah, this is cool. Came out great. It looks like. So you saw it here first. You'll probably see it here later.
Make believe is all my life will be.
So Craigslist Hunter is asked for some postcards to give away the Freddy with the shredded pants. Which I could care less about the Freddy with the shredded pants. But this thing is an actual postcard I had blown up and put on foam core. That I'm gonna put the postcard back on it and put some stamps on it. And this is gonna be my submission for the Freddy with the shredded pants. And also something funny that I think that he can put on his wall. So if you guys don't know this about the Postal Service, and I'm guessing you probably do if you guys are all resellers and you use this regularly, you can literally mail anything as long as you put enough postage on it. You can take a brick and slap a sheet of stamps on it, and as long as you put enough postage on it, that thing's going to go to its destination and get delivered. Unless there's a pandemic. Apparently. I'm getting inundated on people who are like, "Where's my stuff?" I think I have 2 cases open right now, but I've had as many as 4. And I'm just like slow playing all of these. I'm just waiting till the longest eBay lets me have to respond and hoping that there's some movement. Here we go. There it is. Sorry for the reflection. There we go. So this is one of the like 6 postcards that I actually kept. So it came out awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna put the postcard backing on it, right? And then like, you know, where it says postcard, and put the stamp box and just slap like $8 worth of stamps on there. And, you know, hey, Craigslist Hunter, here's my postcard to put in the hat. I think it's funny. I also sent Lonnie a little present as a thank you for the shout out that he gave me. All right, we're getting near a stopping place, and I've got a phone call that I have to make here in about 20 minutes. So we're about 15 minutes left on the stream, and then you know, before I forget, everybody, thank you for coming in. I know this is like totally riveting content, but it keeps me motivated to do the stuff that I am less apt to do. Otherwise, it's not a lot of fun combining bins and moving stuff around. It's not work that makes me money. I don't like working for free. I know how it is, but it's work that has to be done. It's part of the machine, right? You got to have. This is just oiling the machine. If you don't have oil in the machine, it breaks down. There's another Christmas album. I'm surprised that one didn't sell this year. All right, Berserker, thank you very much for coming in. I'm wrapping up here soon as well. Happy New Year to you. I'm going to try to put out a pretty fun and lighthearted video coming up here soon, and then something that's a lot more of like a I don't want to say how to, but it's how I process cutlery, and source and process vintage cutlery. How I list vintage cutlery, like a full on start to finish. And then I will probably do a similar one after that on just vintage postcards and ephemera, or ephemera, and hopefully do like one deep dive a month is my goal. Like one super well edited deep dive every month on a particular category or product, and then some more of the like normal weekly what sold kind of stuff that you would normally expect a reseller channel to do. But I'm happy with this. I made a lot of room. I created 2 whole new aisles for records. Combined a whole bunch of bins. Yeah, thanks, man. Vintage Cutlery is a place that, one of the things I try to, I stick with a lot of times is stuff that has regular utility. And it's like, cutlery is a lot like the tools category. It's they don't make it like they used to. The classic American forged steel is just not. You don't see it anymore. They know, when the companies that are making it now, the prices on it are so astronomical, it's out of reach for most people. So a lot of people buy the vintage stuff. And it's one of the areas that most Goodwills haven't caught on to having a ton of value. And it's super easy to source. And the way, you can pretty much get, doesn't matter what condition you find it in, for the most part, you can fix it up pretty easily. It's something anyone can do how I do it. And, it's something I'll buy, I'm buying knives for like a dollar, maybe $2. And it's selling for anywhere, from $15 and up. So it's one of those categories. It's 10x of your money, pretty much guaranteed every time. Yeah. So tools are super competitive market. Vintage cutlery, not as much. And the sell-through rate on it is fantastic. And it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's easy to store. The hardest part is just getting really the handles and the steel looking good. And, there is a bit of, a tiny bit of elbow grease involved. But it's the return on it is worth the little bit of time that you'll put into it. All right. And it's one of those things too, is like once you know what to look for, you might find an estate sale pocket knives and hunting knives. So Cutco, everybody knows, right? Like obviously that's good money. But there are at least a half dozen to a dozen other brands that I find all the time that sell really, really well. You're always going to have competition for Cutco, and some of these other ones, you probably won't have as much competition. But yeah, pocket knives, I love. I have probably like 70 vintage pocket knives listed right now. I'll probably do a video as well on vintage shaving and how to that's another one that you can find relatively easily and sells for really good money if you know what you're doing. I've sourced many bulk lots off of Shop Goodwill or even straight off of eBay. Like, people will sell lots of vintage razors on eBay, and I can take, a big lot of stuff, put maybe, an hour and a half into getting it all ready for sale, and, pull 10, 15, sometimes 20 to 25 times my money out of stuff I'm buying right off of eBay. One of the problems a lot of times with Cutco is there's collectors, and the same goes for even vintage shaving stuff. Like, there's collectors for that big time as well. But Cutco, you're gonna always be competing with, if you're like going on an online source. There's always going to be competition for Cutco. And if you're competing against collectors in an auction scenario, it's really hard to not get priced out of the game, because somebody's going to pay more for something going into their collection than a reseller is ever going to want to pay. Usually. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm going to try to make it informational, but also kind of fun and funny and humorous and ADD like I am. So we'll see that. Oh, this is so great. I can fit so many records. I had been really held back on listing all of the records that I've been recently picked up, because first I ran out of record mailers, and then I ran out of space to put the records. So now it's time to go crazy on getting some vinyl listed. C's and B's. All right, let's have a look at the finished product. Look how much more space I got in these racks here. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. And then we've expanded over there. Once I get some shelving in this area where this pile of black bins are, move that over. And always just making more room so I can put more junks, right? Okay, everyone, for those of you left, thank you for coming and hanging out with me while I work. I will probably do this again because I work a lot. And believe it or not, it's kind of fun. If anyone wants to join one of these on video, I would love that as well. So it's not just me talking to the camera. Oh, Berserker, yeah. I got so much to list right now. Like, I don't need to source probably for the first 3 months of this year. So that's kind of my plan. I totally stocked up. That said, if I run across a deal I can't pass up, I'm gonna go buy the thing. So taking a week off sourcing, I'm gonna probably take 3 months off sourcing. I've got some credit at a local thrift shop. I'm gonna go probably spend and do a video on it. But outside of that, yeah, I don't need nothing. Tommy, I'll see you on the show. I'm getting my Prosecco ready. If you want to bring on a guest anytime, I'd be more than happy to do it. I think it'd be fun. I like you guys a lot. I like your show, and you guys appeal to me very much the same way that Lonnie does. You're very honest. You're very straightforward, and yeah, I've really been enjoying. I'm glad I found your channel. I got my cat attacking me now. So yeah, that's it. Thank you again, everyone. Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2021. Thank Forgan God, this year is over, right? All right, guys. Thank you again. Have a good one.